And welcome back. We've been hearing a lot in the media how crime's been going up, and our respective governments and establishment, they deal with this so-called problems. Obviously, if you have a mass concentration of people coming into your country and they create ghettos, and obviously every Tom, Dick and Harry is a very unsavoury character, and most of these people of male age, military service age. We've been hearing a lot about these so-called dinghy divers in front of schools, observing their preys, watching little kiddies being dropped off to school and taken from school, and probably even follow them back home, videoing them and making photos of these youngsters. And then you got the response of the coppers. It's not such a great concern, it's not alarming. When you let every Tom, Dick and Harry, which are probably possible potential predators, kiddie fiddlers and otherwise, all these so-called grooming gangs, which has been going on for years and years. You've got politics, which are conditioning, making policies of how police should be on the beat. Instead of tackling crime these days, they tend to be woke, bow down in front of the criminals. And the criminals are becoming very, very ruthless and ferocious against their victims and even against them coppers themselves. So, plus you've got the justice system, which lets these villains off the hook. Doesn't matter who you are, what you are. If you've done something horrible, you must be prosecuted and sentenced. Period. End of story. There's no alibis of diversity to save that, because they use that as an alibi, an excuse for letting these scumbags that get away. Then afterwards you've got the current government, the Labour government, their ministers and their people. They're more concerned of chasing behind people who say the justice systems and the coppers are a two-tier system. It's absolutely true, it is. And then after say you're a right winger if you criticise the government, how taxpayers' monies are spent on these refugees. Excuse me. People has no more right to say. They have to shut up and pay the bill. No. This is nothing regarding hate speech. It's all a discussion about the establishment, the politicians of the left are hiding things. And Carl Sturmer refuses to tackle or crack down on lefty extremisms. The most of our problems is that in the country, and that influence society and even justice itself. And concentrating on fault crimes because someone didn't like the name of the dog and you felt so-called hurt, your feelings. my get off it grow up a little bit. We must return to the days when the Bobby was a respected member of the public. The Bobby on the beat, around about 50 years ago. And also the police force are being brainwashed in wokeism, diversity and all this pig's vomit. And they don't tackle any more the real crimes which are on the rise. And they tend to be afraid to face it some way. But you go behind people who said a certain thing of criticism, it's a hate crime. What shit is this? What society we're becoming? That of Orwell 1984? The coppers are there for the fault crimes because someone pissed out of the bowl, or your dog was offended because you don't like that animal or whatever. Society's is reduced to such a ridiculous level now. It's just amazing how society carries on in this manner. A land of confusion will become. A dystopian future have we got on hand? Listen to this wokey diversity vomit. Absolutely. I think people are sick and tired of hearing this bottle crap. It's time now to use logic and common sense.